it's me, Beccy Blease. I'm with you today for the next few hours. We've got a great hour now with the lovely Emma. We're going to be making a gorgeous hexie quilt. I say that as I turn my head because I'm looking at the quilt. Made with the fabulous Tula pink fabric as well, which is just beautiful. Now, what I love with this quilt as well is you're getting your hexagons in this and they're already pre-cut. So this is the set that you're getting. So I'm just going to show you through here. You've got 3 meters in total of your white fabric, your background fabric. And then you've got your 2 lots of thread. Then you get 42, I think, is it 42 in a pack? 42 pieces per pack of the pre-cut hexies that you've got there. You've got 1 meter of the binding fabric, which is just incredible. So you've got that. So that's your set that you're going to be getting today. We were saying earlier, me and Emma were saying how much, Emma was saying how easy it is that you've got them all pre-cut out. And you've also got as well a cardboard hexagon, which is perfect again if you're wanting to when you're layering it out. Now we'll come to that a little bit later because I've jumped ahead, so I've got a bit excited about it. So let me just show you through. I mean, you'll see on the quilt itself, but you've got some Tula pinks, gorgeous fabrics in there. A lot of it's from the, is it Stormy Seas range there? Because you've got like the little anchors and stars that you've got there. Some gorgeous waves cut in there. Little anchors, there's fishies. There's your little anchors and look at that. Have a look. Oh, is it the Zoomer one, not Stormy Seas? There you go. It's going to bring the graphics in for this. So you're getting in here 4 meters of fabric in total because you've got 3 meters of the white and you've got 1 meter of the sapphire that you've got there. It comes with the instructions. You've got your 2 threads as well. So that's what you get there. And let's have a look through the instructions, shall we? Now, let's hold these up. There we go. Have a look at these Modern Hexies. There we go. Love that. Then they're nice and clear. Look at that. I mean, I have to say, look at that, how simple the instructions are, how clear they are. Even Jessie thinks he might be able to do this. You've got your list of materials that you need there. And then you've got step by step there. So we're going to be going through all that with Emma today. Really excited about that. So here is everything that you're getting in the kit there. So you've got the 2 packs of the charm packs, the hexagons there that have all been pre-cut for you. You've got 2 lots of thread. You've got 3 meters of the white and you've got 1 meter of the turquoise that you've got in there as well. So you're getting all of that. Now Emma's used all the charm packs there on her one, on her quilt. But like we were saying, and again we'll come to it, you've got on this quilt, what's nice is you've got a lot of movement with this. So there's some quilts that we do where you have to be literally like that, and that. Don't do anything different, otherwise it won't work. This one, you can be quite free with it with the hexagons and things. And again, that's something that we'll go into with Emma as well in a couple of minutes. Shall we go over or shall I show you? Now, let me just show you here. This is the backing. This is extra wide backing should you want to use this one. Look at that, I love it. Look at the bird. The bird sounded really northern then, didn't I? Look at the bird. This is 108 inches wide, this one. And it's $12.99 for 1/2 meter. So that's your Tula Pink Sky Free Fall Quilt backing. And that's from the Free Fall range. So that would look lovely on the back of this. So there we go. So this is separate. So Emma's used this on the back of her quilt, which we can show you as well. So that's just as a bit of extra if you want that. Right, shall I take my instructions and let's go for a walk and see Emma. I only met Emma for the first time this morning, so I'm very excited. And we're talking about all things cats, weren't we?
Yes, we were. Morning, Beccy.
Hello, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Lovely
thanks.
to see you.
Likewise, thanks.
So I've watched you on the screen, Emma, but seen you in the flesh.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing this quilt today.
Yes.
We were chatting before, what sort of level are we at with this quilt then?
I would say intermediate.
Intermediate, yeah.
Yeah, because as a beginner you can try it.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes so quick, to be honest with you. If it was a beginner, I might want to start with something a little bit smaller project.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got enough fabric in the kit to really be flexible. You want to do cushions or a smaller cot quilt type of thing.
That's a good idea, because
yeah.
you could actually just start off then with a quilt and then, a cushion and then build up, which is great. 'Cause sometimes I think when people are first making a quilt, they panic and go,
Yes. Yes,
so big.
Yes, exactly. So I wouldn't want any beginners to be put off, because there is a little bit to get all of that quilt under your machine can be a little bit tricky and daunting.
Yeah.
But I have to admit, the 505 spray, love it.
You love it.
I love it. Yeah. That made it so much easier.
Right.
Definitely
and also you can hand stitch this.
You can also hand quilt it.
As a that would take a while, but it's a project.
It would take a while.
Isn't it?
Well, it's one of those things, because you've got that philosophy of get it done quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of people that really like this, make it slowly.
Yeah, you see, that's one thing
enjoy the process.
Yeah, I always get that. I always think people want to rush, and I think, why do we rush? We rush our whole life. Why not enjoy doing something for once?
So I actually like hand quilting in front of the telly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice and therapeutic.
Exactly, so you get a chill and then.
Yes.
So anyway.
Right, so what are you going to be showing us today?
So I'm going to show you first how to prepare the hexies.
Okay. Right. So
this is the pack you get. Yeah, I love these pre-cuts.
Oh, they're gorgeous,
Yeah,
aren't
they're
they?
really nice. And then you get a really handy template.
I love that.
Kind of.
Yeah.
So you get your cardboard as part of your, actually you've got 2 in that one.
Oh, brilliant. There you go, bonus.
Yeah. So I actually used the part of the packaging to make my template to see how big my hexies need to be once they've been turned over with the hems.
Yes.
So you take your background, your cardboard that came in the packaging, and then I marked 3/8 of an inch in.
Right.
So just a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch.
Okay.
Just to give you a little bit of wiggle room.
Bit of wiggle room.
Yep, so I'm just going to mark up this last one. So I'm going 3/8 of an inch in, so just past my 1/4 of an inch line.
Yeah.
Literally just mark it. Just mark it if
Just
the pen
mark
works.
Always the way of all the things I've got, it's a pen that doesn't.
And then using my non-fabric scissors,
Yes.
you just snip the edges off,
Yeah.
basically all the way around. And then you end up with a smaller version.
Smaller one, yeah.
So you can see that's about 3/8 of an inch smaller than the original one. Once we've got that, we need a glue pen.
Glue pen, I love those.
Yes.
They are so handy.
And what this is for is to turn over your seam allowance.
Yep.
So I'm just going to start off with a few dots.
There we go. The glue pen's just on the screen for you as well.
Your first one, you can sort of eyeball 1/4 of an inch. If you need a guide, you can use a small ruler.
Yes.
Just to keep a 1/4 of an inch. But usually the first one by eyeballing. And then I place it on top of my shape.
Yeah.
I'll go to the opposite side, do the same thing. And then I'm going to line that button up with the template.
Yeah.
So it's there, and then this one I'm just going to fold it to the edge.
Fabulous. So you're getting
Just
the
like
right size in.
Yep. And that will also help to keep all your hexies consistent size.
Yes.
So you don't have some that are bigger than others.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be super accurate and perfect. It's just kind of to keep them keep them
all a similar size, pretty much the same, yeah.
So you just go all the way around, doing the same thing.
It saves so much time, the glue pen. I think they're great, aren't they?
Yes. Yes. I used to be very much, when I first started quilting, I learnt to do it by hand because I didn't actually have a machine. And for years, I was very much a traditionalist as far as it had to be done. But now, you know what? It's whatever works for you.
Yes.
So long as it, you know.
And I've recently just started doing the paper piecing and doing my hexagons, and I did some where you were stitching and somewhere I was like, oh, I just like the glue pen.
Yeah.
I've done it. I know how to, like you say, do it with this hand stitch, but
yeah, and again, it's depending on what you want to do. I mean, some people just literally just want it to be really quick. Some people are very traditionalists, like to do it all by hand and slow. And then there's a mix. I'm probably a bit of a mix.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I suppose there's some projects people do where it's like, they're like, please can you make me this? I need this. And you're like, right, okay.
Yeah,
or you
make
it for
quick.
a baby. And like, okay, I've got 9 months, let's get it done.
Yeah.
And then there's others where you think you have a crazy life, and a lot of people just like to shut off from the world, sit back, relax, and just enjoy it. And they don't want it to end.
No. And I also like, there's quite a mix of quilters. So you've got, I mean, I've been quilting for 22 years now.
Have you? I was going to say, what's your background then?
Yeah, it's just been a hobby, really.
Really?
My real life, I'm kind of in the sciences.
Yeah, no, we were talking before, weren't we? Yes, about plants and flowers
and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I've done quilting all the way through university.
Oh, wow.
So it's just, you know, when you're working, you just got to find the time to do it, basically. So it's whatever works for you. So there. So
There
I've
we
got
go.
all of my edges turned over. You can actually give that a little press if you want to.
Do you want me to press it?
It doesn't matter because it will stay quite well actually. Again, you've got that. Do you want to do the extra step of pressing, or they will actually stay quite well like that?
Oh, right,
because of the glue. These are ones that I've done earlier.
Yeah, and here's what I've prepared.
Yeah, I did give these a little press. You can see they just lay a little bit flatter, but it's not something that you...
Oh, the colour's just gorgeous.
Yeah, I love them.
I love
so that's preparing your hexies.
Yeah.
Then the next step, you actually jump ahead a little bit.
Okay.
Because normally, with quilting, you would then make your top first.
Yeah.
And then layer it up with your wadding and backing. With this one, you actually jump to the layering right away.
And do you know what? I'm glad you're doing that because it's the layering that I still can't get my head quite around.
And this is where the 505 spray really comes in really well. So this is just a demo piece that I've made.
Okay.
So if you were making the full-size quilt, what I did was that full 3 meter length.
Yes.
I literally measured the middle part.
Okay.
Ripped it through the middle. Because I'm a ripper.
Really, you're a ripper?
I'm a ripper. Yeah. There's a lot of quilters that shudder when I say that, but I love ripping because it gets it on the grain.
Well,
so many times you get especially if you're cutting strips, your piece of fabric won't be quite on the grain.
Yeah.
And when you do your strips, they'll be slightly on the bias.
Right.
But if you rip your first edge to make it across the grain and line up with that, when you first start doing your strips, they'll all be it'll be good.
The first rips are scariest.
Yeah, but it's
it's very
yeah. So I've actually added my backing. So what you would do is you lay your backing down first.
Right.
And then I sprayed the glue.
Your spray's
right here.
there.
Yeah, I sprayed the glue on top of the fabric, and you just need a light layer.
And that just holds it all
in
place.
I actually did it in halves. So what I did was I folded my wadding. I can take this off a little bit. Folded my wadding down, smoothed it over first, and folded half down. So I did it in halves. You then add your...
You're just dying to spray, aren't you?
I am. You don't need very much, just a light layer.
You see, I'm glad you've done that, because do you know what I'd do with that? I'd get it and go, because I'm so heavy-handed, so just a light amount.
Yeah, and you can add more, but and you just smooth it down.
Smooth it down.
And then that, literally, if I pulled it up by the wadding, you can see.
Just stays nicely.
Yeah, it stays nicely. And it's really nice when you're actually getting it under the machine, because it prevents all the layers from shifting and bunching up.
Perfect, yes. Yeah. Keeps it all nice.
All right, so I did that, and then I did the other half, obviously. Yeah. So I did it in half, just to make it more manageable and easier. Yes. So I've already glued down my bottom half of my top.
Nice. So you'll just spray again.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll pop the spray on the screen as well. That is just... I think a lot of people they need that in their lives, don't they?
Definitely, especially if you are machine quilting on a domestic machine. It makes life so much easier. And I'm just smoothing it out. And then there's no need for any pins or basting.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
we're just going to add in the wadding on the screen as well. Look at that.
Yeah, nice.
Perfect.
Now for this backing, I've already marked, just for ease and quickness.
I was going to say you've marked
I've already marked my grid. So at this point, if you're making your quilt, you would just have two blank, well, you'd have your backing. I've just used white. You have your pretty
like the
swallows backing. Yeah. And then your white over the top. And then what I did, I actually marked them, I think it's in every 8 inches or so. I marked the grid, and it's really just for reference.
8 inches,
Yeah, you're not really going to put your hexies on, particularly point on the grid. The grid is really just for your reference, so that you don't end up with hexies that, you know, wander. Although,
if you want, you can.
Yeah, if you want to keep them straight, this is the way you would do it. But if you want them wandering and haphazard, then that's fine.
Yeah.
So I've used my friction pen.
Yep.
Now your friction pen, I will have a little caveat. So I've used it really liberally on this quilt, because it is white.
Yes.
The problem that you might face with a friction pen, if you're using it on a different colour fabric, is that it can sometimes make the fabric a little bit lighter where that line is.
Oh, right, okay.
Or because the ink does actually stay in there. It doesn't disappear.
Okay.
You just can't see it, but it physically does stay in there.
Yeah.
So just be careful if you're using your friction pen. Do a little test sample if you're not using this fabric.
Yes.
But also I wasn't bothered because I'm going to be quilting over most of the lines that I'm going to make.
So they'll be covered anyway,
Yeah,
won't
so
they?
even if it does mark it somewhat,
Yeah,
if
it's
you're just
okay.
marking quilting lines and you're going to be quilting over the top of it, you won't be seeing it.
Make sure you quilt over the line.
Yeah, so that's just a...
We've got some friction pens on the screen there as well if you want them. You could use other ones, a different pen if you
You can
wanted,
use other
couldn't you?
marking tools, so there's a lot of quilting marking pencils and things like that that wash out. I love my friction pen just because you can see the lines quite clearly.
Yeah, because there's some that are a bit more faint and some people need to see it a bit clear, some people like it. So again, it's personal choice,
It is. It's whatever tools that you want to use.
Yeah, and what you have in your drawer.
Exactly. So I've got my grid, and then you just place your hexes.
Oh, so you're putting these on next?
Yes. So nothing's stitched yet. We've all just glued down. We've got our lines marked, and then we just put them wherever we want.
So
really.
is there a particular order to it, or have you just putting them where you'd like?
I'm just putting them where I'd like. You can put a bigger space. I've left about ½ inch. Actually, I'll use my smaller ruler for this. ½ inch in between hexes, so when you place them on, that's about ½ inch. So I've got about ½ inch.
You see, these rulers we talk about, and they are like so handy, aren't they? They're just
really
perfect.
I'm just going to pin that on. You can just pin them on. You can glue them down if you want. You can use your little spray or your...
Yeah.
But if you want to move them around, which you might want to do when you're doing your design...
It's handy for this
it
to
is.
pin, isn't it? That grid is on the screen if you want the non-slip square grid as well. That one's just on the screen. We've popped that in as well. That one's really handy.
Yeah. The other thing, if you do want to leave a gap, so here I've left a gap.
Yes.
You can use your template, your cardboard template.
Oh, yes, very nice.
So if I place that here and line it up ½ inch.
I like all your tips.
½ inch. There we go. Then that just acts. And you can see, I'm using my grid, so if I've got this one here, the point sort of goes through the line.
Yeah.
When I put my next one over here, if I wanted it to line up, I would line it up.
Just line it up there.
Yeah. And this one, you can see it's maybe, what, 3/8 of an inch from that line.
Yeah.
When I line this one up here, it'll be somewhat similar. So that's how you use your grid lines.
Ah, yes.
Just for reference. And there'll be some adjustments, especially when you start quilting it as well.
Yeah. It's handy, so it's just a personal choice, how you...
Yeah,
someone said to me as well, a good tip when you're placing things is take a photograph and then you can have a look at it and go, oh, does that look nice? Or...
Definitely. Actually, I did that. Once I had everything placed, even though I've pinned everything, sometimes, you know, the pins can fall out. So I did take a picture of the finished one so that if anything did come off, I'm like, oh, where does that...
Got it, you've got
exactly.
it, haven't you?
But also, if you take a picture and you put it to black and white, it also shows up the ones that you wouldn't necessarily think don't go or do go. So So I'm just going to pin all these on, and then we're going to do some quilting through it.
So, but I've not seen it, because I've been, looking at all the different quilting and things. I've not seen one done like this before.
No,
so
it's nice.
This is why I'm like very intrigued. And I keep doing lots of hexagons at the moment. So.
It's a nice modern take on Hexie quilt, really.
And I've said it before, so just the tuliping fabric anyway. I mean, I'm a big fan of tuliping's colours, and they're just gorgeous, aren't
against
they?
the white, they just pop.
Yeah,
they're
they
really
do.
Nice. So
bright and pop, bright and modern.
So now I'm going to mark my quilting lines.
Right.
So on the quilts that I did, you can see I did diagonal lines all in the background, but then when you sew over your hexes, you do several. But the background was all just one way. Now you can, if you want, you can do all of the quilting lines. You can extend them out if you want to. It's, again,
yes,
choice.
You can see I'm having a good nosy on that.
Yeah.
So you're again going to mark with your pen.
I'm going to mark my pen. So I'm just going to do a line straight across here. We're going to go through this one first, all the way across. And each diagonal is about 2 1/8 inch.
Okay.
So I've actually, you might be able to see, I've actually put a little bit of marker pen on top of my ruler.
Oh, that's handy, yeah,
which is really easy to get off with some nail polish remover.
Well, do you know, you're full of tips. I like these. So there you go. You can put a marker pen on your ruler for this activity, this project, and then just remove it with nail varnish remover.
Yes. Yeah. Because you don't want to have to think about where, and it's easy to see exactly, like, okay, I know that. You don't have to think about it. I like projects that I don't necessarily have to think about what I'm doing.
No. We'll be selling nail polish next.
Well, I use it a lot. Well, we use acetone. I use it a lot for work because we, in my day job, I do vase life trials.
Oh wow!
Which are looking at cut flowers, and my daughter calls it watching cut flowers die, which it pretty much is.
Oh, I love that.
Seeing when they die. But to mark the vases, because they're glass vases, we use marker pen and then remove it with
nail varnish.
Nail varnish.
Ah, so there we go. But nail varnish is handy to keep in your kitchen cupboard, your domestic cupboard.
Yeah. So I'm just going to move these over a little bit because that should go through there.
There we go.
Yeah.
So you're marking it out, and then you'll use the machine to go over. Now you could, like you say, use hand stitching if you want, if you want to.
Yeah, and actually for that, which is really another trick that I use for marking.
Yeah.
For hand quilting, which doesn't require any pens whatsoever.
Okay.
Masking tape.
Oh, right. So we just put masking tape through here?
Yeah. So I'd put my ruler down.
Yeah.
I'd take my masking tape. Now, it depends. You can actually get quite wide. So if I'm making a crosshatch with hand quilting, what I would do is maybe get a 1-inch wide masking tape.
Right.
Lay my ruler down where I want it. Run my masking tape along the side. So I take a strip of masking tape and just stick it onto the quilt right along my ruler. Then you've instantly got a 1-inch wide.
Oh, wow.
And you can quilt along one side of it, and then the other side of it, you just lose it and then just move it over.
Well, I like this. We need to do a show of your Emma's top tips. It's all those little things though, isn't it? That, again, that's what's great, because I think it doesn't matter how advanced you are, how beginner you are to things, you can always learn a new tip, or there's always something that somebody else knows that, or they can share with you.
Yeah, I was talking with John. Did you watch that Fred and Gino's road trip? Fred, Gino?
Yes.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah, it was so funny.
Them.
But I like Gino's motto of, what was it he said? Less effort, more maximum enjoyment.
Yes.
Minimum effort, maximum enjoyment. That's it. It's been kind of my approach to quilting lately.
Yeah, I like it.
So I'm just marking where I'm going to quilt across as well.
Yeah. Ah, yes, so you can see little.
Yeah.
So we all like Gino de Campo as well, don't we?
There we go. Okay. Right, quilting. Now, because it's all glued down, there's no basting, and it's going to be so nice.
Yeah. And I think that's great for me as well, because I'm very new and I'm getting there. At the minute, I'm using my daughter's old little baby clothes. I'm trying to make little blankets, but I'm only using her old vests at the minute as a practice. So for me, things like the spray glue and that are great for keeping things together.
Yes.
Because when I use a machine, it's like everything goes everywhere.
Definitely, especially because I imagine those are jersey.
Yes, so I've got to be really careful with those.
Might try adding a little bit of light interfacing to the back of it as well to keep it from stretching.
Yes.
Yep. Now when I machine quilt on a domestic machine, I increase the stitch length a little bit.
Right, I was going to ask about the stitch length, so you've increased it.
On my machine at home, I had to put it to about 3.5.
Okay.
This is 2.8 and I
2.8. Does it say in the instructions?
I think I said 3 to 3.5.
3 to 3.5.
But I think it'll be a case of try it, see what it is on your machine, because this was quite nice stitch length.
I always say to people as well with their sewing machines, you want to have a play with it to get. You only know your sewing machine, don't you? You need to have an afternoon of playing.
Yeah. Now I'm just going to fold this over.
Right.
Now if you had the big quilt underneath here, you would fold it over.
Yes.
In a bit of a roll. Yes. So it would go underneath your arm. Now I get to that point because it's going to, it's a nice sharp pin. So I've got my needle down.
Yeah.
Every time I've got my needle down, I can lift my presser foot up.
Okay.
And I won't lose my spot. So if you ever need to lift your presser foot up when you're stitching anything, make sure your needle's down.
So keep your needle down.
Yeah. So some machines will automatically stop in the down position.
Yes.
Some older ones don't necessarily have that, but you can just turn your wheel so that it's down. I'm just pinning that top point because it can sometimes ruck underneath.
Oh, we don't want that.
Don't want that.
So you're going to sew over the pin?
I'll go up to it. I have a bad habit of sewing over pins.
I knew you would.
Of course I do. That's actually going to go right.
But you'll be a pin sewer over it.
Yes, I am. I am.
Sometimes you have to, though.
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes it's necessary.
Yeah. That's the thing, you just weigh up the options.
Yeah. So I just go from corner to corner, straight over my line.
Yeah. You can see it's hidden the pen really well, hasn't it?
Yes, and when you iron it, it'll disappear anyway.
Yeah.
So any sort of pale marks that get left behind will be hidden by the stitching.
Oh, Kaylee's messaged in.
Oh.
Is it on here? Kaylee. I'm in love with this quilt pattern. How do you decide where to put your colours? P.S. Your daughter sounds like a riot. We're talking about your daughter before, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So with the colours, how do you decide where to put your colours? That's with the hexagons, like you were saying. It's up to you.
It is up to you. Yeah. So I played around a little bit. I actually started putting them so that all my colours were mixed.
Yeah.
And it didn't speak to me that way.
No.
So I do really like the rainbow effect and there's a lot of rainbow things at the moment anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
I love rainbow. So I would literally just go on Pinterest.
Go on Pinterest and have a look.
Get some ideas. Yeah. Also, sometimes just looking out the car window, like you see sunsets and
you get colours and things, all that,
in nature or on the seaside.
What you've done here is they kind of blend in, don't they? Start lighter, then you go into the pinks and the greens, then they go into the blues. So it flows through. I think it's like you say, it's placed in having a play, and like we're saying, taking a photograph, because you can have a look and go, oh no, moving it.
Moving one or the other.
I like as well, like you've done your shape, you've kind of like done a starter point sort of there, and then it kind of fills out. Yeah. That's how I look at it and go, oh yeah, you've started, but it works well. I think it's choice is yours.
It is. That's what I love about a lot of the sewing quarter kits, and I think the Poinsettia Star is one of them. Yeah. Later on, is that you've got all the bits that you need to make the quilt. Yes. And if you want to do it exactly like it is, there's the instructions to make it exactly like it is. Yeah. But if you want to play around and have, put your own mark on it.
You see, some people might be like, you know what, I want all those seahorses as one. I want the pinks as that. I want the greens together.
So you could put, because you've got 4 of each hexagon of the same colour and fabric. So you could group all those together, actually. Yeah. Then go to the next group, go to the next group. There's so many options.
Because it's 82 in total. Is it 42 in each?
84. You have 84.
Because you get 42 in each. Yep. So 84 in total. So you can have a real good play. Yep. And I think as well with other quilts sometimes that we do, some of them is you have to have the colours go there because it won't work. Whereas with this one, it gives you a bit, you can be creative and have a play yourself.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to show you one little trick that I do, and I do this for my long arm quilting as well. Yeah. So if you can get close. So I've just stitched from one to the other. Yeah. Now here, you can continue your quilting line to the end if you want. I chose to just keep the diagonal ones in. So where I've ended here, actually I would normally stitch across that hexie and start here, but I got it a little bit short. So you can pull your bottom bobbin thread up. Oh yeah. She says, there we go. So if you just pull on your top one a little bit with a needle to ease it up, pull your bottom thread up to the top. Right. And then I tie it off in a knot. Right. And then I bury my threads.
Bury it, right, yep. That's the beauty of a quilt.
It is. And I do that with my long arm quilting as well, is when my bobbin thread runs out, which it often does in the middle of a row. Yes, always. I just overlap it, maybe like ½ an inch. Yeah. And then pull both of my tails up and then bury it so you can't see where it is. And it also keeps it nice and secure, so you don't have to worry about your quilting coming undone. Oh, that's the sort of thing that happened to me. Yeah. You can do it the opposite way as well, so you can pull them all to the back. Yeah. What I did was I left everything till it was all quilted, And I just sat and buried them.
It all.
Yeah, tied them off and buried them all.
Like that. Now, while you're just doing that, I'm just going to whiz back over here. To,
okay.
Oh, shall I show under here yet? Or
oh,
let
yes.
me just show you. That's the backing of it, with the swallow on there. How much did you use on this? Was it a metre or? No,
it would have been more, I think, because you only need the width along here in your length, because it's wide enough to go top and bottom.
108 wide, isn't it?
About 2.5 metres.
2.5. 2.5 to be safe. Okay.
Because you need a little bit of extra around the edge.
Yeah. Yeah. No problem.
Yeah.
Right. I'll scoot back over here for now and just show you the set. We have only got the one kit, which I think is nice because what you're seeing there, that is what you're going to be getting. So you've got in total 84 hexie pieces, charm pieces already cut for you. And again, like we say, you know, Emma's gone through the tip, you know, adding your 1/4 inch on it and on the cardboard template that you've got there as well. So you're folding them around, so it makes your prep really easy. And you've also got 3 meters of the white fabric, and then you've got 1 meter of your blue fabric there as well, the nice sapphire blue. You've got 2 threads, and of course I've left them over there. You get your instructions with them as well, which is nice step by step there. So the full instructions step by step. It's got a few little handy tips in there as well on how to do that. Now, just a little whoopsie, Paul said. The creative grid that Emma's using is actually lower than it should be. It was an early bird, so you're actually saving £5. Paul's going to get into trouble for that. I'm having nothing to do with this. It's £9.99 instead of £14.99. So you're getting a nice little extra early bird there. Have you pinched somebody's early bird? That's why. So we've had 2 today. There we go. I see nothing. This is why I'm not here often. Things like this happen. Right, now you've got this backing here. You've got your swallow, the Sky Free fall quilt backing there. You've got those gorgeous swallows on there. No, we reckon, Emma reckons that we need, that's upside down. Emma reckons that we need about 2.5 meters to play it safe. There we go, let's move that. Oh, I know what's throwing me. One's one way, and one on the other side's the other. There we go. So it's 108 inches wide, so it'll be wide enough for you. And we reckon about 2.5 meters. There we go. Right, we'll go back over to Emma. There we go, and that's your kit there. So it's just the one kit, and the colours are entirely up to you how you've matched them.
Yep. Oh dear.
My word, that's my grid gone.
That was a good deal.
Heck. It is a great deal. I've just pulled it apart. Oh dear. There we go. Right.
So I'm just pinning this because the other design element you can add, or you can do it all this way if you'd like, is a take on the cathedral windows.
Oh yes, we were looking at those before with you, weren't we? The cathedral windows.
So the traditional way of making it is quite involved, where you do background squares and then you have your little ones that go over the top, little squares that go over the top.
So you've just pinned these in?
Yes. So I've sewn across. I'll just take one off. So this is my hexie that's been sewn all the way across. You can leave it like that if you want, or you can just turn over the back to the front, and then you're just going to, you can either hand sew, or you can machine sew. Yeah.
Would you say it's easier to hand sew? I was going to say I wouldn't like my chances under the.
If you're confident with the machine and you're good at free motion quilting type of thing, it's quick under the machine, but I quite like to do this.
I think it's nice though to add a bit of hand sewing in it though as well.
It just gives me a little bit more control. So I'm just going to pull that up. And just like if you're hand quilting, you can just pull that under and bury the knot into your. There we go.
Okay.
So that's gone. And as well as this, so I'm going to sew this through the hexie and into the top of the backing, just to keep it a little bit secure. So yes, I haven't gone through the back.
You've not, And
the other thing you can do if you're If this is going to be a quilt that's well used and well washed,
yes,
what I would recommend, because at the moment my Hexies, that be my Hexies finished.
yes.
So you can see there's a little pocket
Yes,
under there.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah. To make it a little bit more durable, if it's going to be washed and used quite a lot, I would recommend top stitching around the edge.
That to keep it.
And again, you can either do it on the machine or by hand.
Yeah, because you use glue, didn't you, to fold them over?
Yeah, so you can see there is quite a bit of seam allowance under there.
Yeah.
But if just to keep peace of mind, if you want it to be used quite a lot, and that will just keep your seam allowance nice and hidden.
Yeah, lovely. I've got 20 minutes left.
Okay.
With you.
Oh, okay.
I think that's plenty of time, actually.
Definitely. I can do some more Hexies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's nice for if you wanted to do a wall hanging and just leave them as it is, and it's so you've got your quilting and your piecing in effect done all at once.
Yes. So would you do? I mean, are these the sizes you do, and then you'd attach them all together?
No.
You'd do it as one full.
Yes.
You've just done it for
I've
the
just
purpose
done this
of yes.
Of demonstrating.
That was my only thing that I was confused a bit about.
Okay. Yeah.
That's because that's me. Nobody else will be like, "Why are you asking that question?" But because looking at it as new eyes.
Yes.
But you could, as I say, if you were new to it, you could make something like this just to have a play around with and have a go. Because you'd get quite a few out of it then, wouldn't you? So yeah.
You can do cushions, like I said, you can do a cock quilt size.
Yeah.
Would be much more manageable if you're a confident beginner and you have done machine quilting. Then that's a good one to do. Yeah, cushions. You could also, if you know how to do it, there's a quilt as you go method.
Yes.
That you could also do.
Right.
That involves a little bit more technique when you're attaching them all together at the end, and then if you wanted any hexagons to go over those seams, you need to make sure that you save those.
Some for those. Yeah. Right. Okay.
So you could do that method as well.
Yeah.
I did it all in one. So again, I took my background fabric, ripped it in half, sewed it together. You can see the seam, kind of see the seam.
Yes, that's because I'd seen that seam there and I thought, oh, what is it? That's what I keep staring at, and I'm like, because I try and visualise how it's, how I would do it, but I couldn't see anything at the top there. So yeah, that's answered my question. Yeah,
and I layered it out.
Yeah,
marked it, and then started sewing right over the top.
Yeah.
So,
wow, off you go.
Yeah.
So again, it's just like you say, personal choice. And I always say as well, because for me, like starting a quilt is so scary. Well, everyone has to start somewhere. Everyone has to, I would say, it's worth getting a kit just to have a play with, isn't it? You know, you could hit gold and be fine with it, or you might think, actually, do you know what? I want to have a few little bits. Play. Yeah. So it's like, say, you don't. I know some people just say get calls like, "Can you make me a quilt? Can you make me a quilt?" But when you first start out, you're not going to get people saying, "Make me a quilt." Now you can just enjoy it, can't you?
Exactly.
So at the minute, I'm just using Belle's old clothes, having a play every time she grows out or something. I'm
That's
like,
nice. That'll be really lovely though.
We'll keep that.
Yep.
Memory blanket.
I have some of my granddaughter's baby clothes still in the attic for one day. One day that will happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's similar age to Belle, isn't she?
She is. Yeah.
We were talking about babies this morning and cats. And children's programmes.
Yes. Yeah.
So you're just top stitching, hand sewing that just ram. But that again, like you say, is optional if you don't want to do that curve. You can keep it as it is, but if it's going to be a quilt used a lot, it's worth finishing it off round, top stitching round.
And not even curved. Actually, I'll show you one on here.
Yeah.
We've got plenty of time. Leave that as it is. That's how you do the curve, basically. And there's, I've only done a few, so I've got about 4 at the top there. Yeah. And there's a couple down at the bottom.
I mean, you don't have to do them all, do you? Like you've done, you can mix and match, which looks great.
And you could also, don't have to do all of the sides. So you could, like where there's a gap, if you wanted to, you could just fold over and make it a little bit more. Yeah. Fold over one side of one hexagon.
Yeah. But it's like we say, it's your quilt.
Exactly.
Do what you like.
Do what you like, exactly. My motto is, there's no right or wrong way, only the way that works for you.
There we go. Wise words. Wise words.
Let's see, let me do this one. I'll show you some top stitching.
Yes, let's see that.
Yeah, that one's already done.
There we go. Congratulations everybody who's added that into their basket already. Well done, congratulations. Don't forget as well, if you are a new buyer, you will get 2 meters of fabric automatically added into your order as well. It's a random selection of 2 meters of fabric, and that's for every brand new customer, no minimum spend. So congratulations if you're a new customer. You've just got yourself 2 meters of fabric as well. So you're sewing again over the top. That's why as well, because it's one piece. You were saying earlier, you'll roll it up, won't you? So
it'll all fit.
Got 15 minutes left.
Oh, plenty of time.
We can make a full quilt.
Yeah, we can. I'll just show you how to do that. Bringing the thread up from underneath again, if that helps.
Let's have a look. Yeah,
okay.
Let's get the overhead on that.
I'm just pulling my thread, my top thread a little bit. You can see the little stitch pops up. Yeah. And that will be my bottom thread. So I just need to put a loop.
Pull that through your needle.
Yeah.
There we go. And then you tie that in a knot.
Yeah.
And then you bury it.
Mm-hmm. And I like that method better. Some people like to just go backwards and forwards and just snip them off close. I think maybe that's because of I like doing it this way just because of my hand quilting background.
Yes.
I like.
What was the first thing you made?
I made a quilt for my daughter.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh, I'm starting out like you.
Yeah, yeah.
What was then? And did you just randomly think I'm going to make it one day, or did you?
I always wanted to learn how to do quilting.
Yeah.
And I met a lady who could do it, hand quilting and machine quilting. Or my patchwork. So I'm like, oh, I'd love to do that. And she's like, I'll teach you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I started off doing it all by hand, using cereal boxes as templates. I didn't have a machine at the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bought lots of. I lived in America at the time, so the fabric. Wow. Yeah, they have some amazing fabric shops.
Oh, I bet.
Especially great for beginners because some of the fabric isn't the best quality. Okay. But it's really cheap. Yeah. So it's one of those if you want to practice. And, yeah. But Kaylee's quilt. Well, so it could be 22 years old now. Still have it in the airing cupboard. It's very well used. Yeah. It's all done by hand. Some of the seam allowances are not exactly 1/4 inch. Yeah. But it's still all together.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
So it still works. So.
I think sometimes with me, I just need to do it. I keep getting put off and like, because I keep doing my templates and I've got lots of them already, and I'm like, oh, I need to start attaching them and putting them together and that. And
so I'm going to leave that as it is. I would normally, obviously, I would sew all my threads under and hide them in before I did this. But I'm just going to do some top stitching around the edge of just a regular hexagon. And this part is easy to do on the machine. Or again, you can hand stitch if you'd like. So I'm just going to put and I'm using my walking foot. That's the other thing I forgot to mention.
Yeah, I meant to say that. Which foot? Walking foot.
Yes. Anytime that I've got several layers, I always like to use a walking foot.
Okay.
Also jersey, when I sew jersey, always use a walking foot. Yeah, and it just helps to feed all those layers together. It's funny you say that, because I was going to ask you about the jersey. I was going to say, just for my project I'm doing. Definitely walking foot.
Walking foot.
And this does take a little bit of practice on the machine, but you just want to, and actually you don't have to do it right along the edge. You can do it a little bit in, 1/8 of an inch in if you'd like. I'm just going right along the edge. Yeah. Just to keep that. You could also do a decorative stitch. It doesn't have to be a straight stitch.
Well, yeah.
You could do your...
Get fancy.
Yeah. You could do, if one of my machines, I've got a lot of decorative stitches that I never ever use.
Oh, right.
And this would be one of those ways you could do a different decorative stitch on each hexagon.
Yeah. I was going to say that's because you're sewing machine. There's so many things on the sewing machine now that you could do it and be like, you know, I'm going to have a play. I'm going to use this quilt and try each different stitch, different technique and things.
It's going to go back a little bit.
And I've seen near me there's a sewing workshop where you can learn how to use your sewing machine and things, which I think's my next step to go on that course. There's lots of day ones, which is handy for me.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I always bring biscuits out in the afternoon. It's great. It's quite a lot of people coming in as well for this, so congratulations, you'll really enjoy this. I think as well, do you know what I like with the fact that we're doing this now, and I like the tulip pink colours, it's that time of year, isn't it? This is going to arrive after Christmas, all the decorations have gone down.
Something different
it's
to
that
look at,
lull, isn't it? It's that dull January and February, and this is like those nice pops of colours, because spring's on its way, isn't it? They get through the next few months and it's spring, so...
Yeah. I love Christmas. I love the Christmas bits, but then yeah, you're right. After Christmas, you're ready for something new and fresh to look at.
For me, January the 1st, the tree's down, everything's gone, packed away. I'm like, I'm done now. Let's see what's next. Everything looks empty.
Yeah, I have
Pops
to
of
admit.
colour.
Yeah, our tree usually goes up beginning of December.
Yeah,
because you get a real one. But then literally, sometimes Boxing Day, it goes down. Yeah, I'm just, as soon as Christmas is over, I'm done.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm like that. One year I bought a real tree, and I stupidly put it next to this massive big radiator, and I used to live in this flat, and literally by Christmas Day it was dropping to bits, and then Boxing Day there was nothing left. I was like, this has got to go. Yeah. Get it out.
Yeah.
Hoovering up pine needles for months after.
Yeah. I was actually a little bit worried this year because we've obviously got the new kitten.
Oh yes.
And I was certain he was going to get up to mischief, but he's been really good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I have to admit, between my granddaughter and the kitten, all of our ornaments have sort of gradually moved up to the first quarter of the tree.
I know that.
Yeah, so there's nothing around the bottom, everything's clumped on the top.
No. I just managed to get my tree up last weekend, but I've not finished putting my decorations up yet. I've been really, like, I'm normally the 1st of December or beginning, let's get everything up, and nope.
I have a really bad confession to make. So we decorated our living room and dining room in September. And I have one Christmas garland that we put over as an archway sort of in between the living room and dining room. And I finally took it down in September from Christmas so we could decorate. Oh. Oops. It wasn't completely Christmas.
No, so you've got to keep it up now for the year.
Yeah.
Oh. And I've got a wreath on my door and a tree, and then the rest of it, I've got boxes of Christmas stuff. But I'm just like, I've just not got no time to put it. I'm not even done my Christmas shopping properly yet. No, I'm really behind. No. I'm actually, apparently it's Christmas Eve tomorrow, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah, I'm actually not going to get done in time. I'm actually not. I haven't got time today, so we're going back to Manchester. I've ordered some stuff online that I need to go and pick up, but I don't. Yeah, and I've got people coming for Christmas dinner as well. I've got no turkey.
Oops.
I've got loads of carrots randomly and potatoes, and I bought a frozen gatto yesterday because normally I make trifle, I make all sorts. Nice. I like Christmas for cooking, actually I'm lying. I don't actually make this. I can make a trifle, but yeah, normally all the food I make all sorts. But no. There's a Chinese open on Christmas Day.
It'll
be crispy duck.
Be fine. It'll be fine.
No, we'll be fine. Live life on the edge.
Yeah. It'll get done.
Well, I forgot 6 people to feed. I've got a multi-pack of crisps. Everyone have a crisp, salt and vinegar, cheese and onion. Right, we've got 7 minutes.
Wow. Usually I'm running out of time. It just shows how quick this quilt goes, actually.
Yes. I know it's very therapeutic, so it's nice. We don't want to be rushing before Christmas either.
No.
Mind you, I don't know why I'm saying it, because I've not actually rushed at all, have I? I've not acknowledged it's Christmas. I bought a jumper yesterday night, and that was about 8 o'clock at night. Tesco's is closing.
It works. So yeah, that's your modern hexie.
Wow.
Yeah, it goes really quick.
Yep. And again, it's like you say with it, to go back to it, it's up to you where you put the colours.
Yeah.
It's up to you how you do the edging on it and things. It is recommended, like you say, to put something on the edging when you're using glue, because it might, if it's going to be washed a lot.
Yeah, if it's a wall hanging or a cushion that's not going to be roughly handled or washed a lot, then maybe a cushion would. Yeah. Then you can just leave it with the pockets. But if it is a quilt that you know is going to get a lot of use, then I just recommend doing a top stitch around the edge. And it's still really quick. Yeah, just having a look now at the quilt on the wall here so you can see. And like we say, it's entirely up to you. Have a play around, take a few photographs. Yes. I like your black and white idea as well. That was good, wasn't it? So I suppose you need a big dining room table, lay out your quilt, and it is just plain and pinning, isn't it? And changing your mind over which one you like. And then
binding that you do, we get that fabric in it, don't we?
Yeah, that came with it. So it's just, I cut 3-inch strips.
Right, I was going to ask, what's your tip on binding? Because it scares me doing binding. Okay.
Well, I used to always do bias binding, but now I've actually gotten addicted to straight binding.
Right.
So it's 3.5-inch strips, width of the fabric. And then what I do, this one I actually put on with a machine.
Yes.
So if you want to do that, I recommend attaching the binding onto the back. So you trim your quilt down to the size that you want it.
Yes.
And then you actually sew your binding onto the back.
Okay.
So I don't have a strip, but if you take your 3-inch strip, and then you fold it in half, so that the raw edges are together. Yeah. You then lay that up against the edge, your raw edge up against the raw edge of your quilt. Yeah. And then I just sew about 1/2 inch.
Right.
Yeah. Somewhere between 1/4 and 1/2 inch in, depending on my. I use my walking foot. Yeah. So I usually just line it up with the edge of the walking foot, whatever that is. Yeah. To be honest. And then once that's done, one thing about machine binding I find is easier is if you press that out. Yeah. Now, it really helps to flip it over, and then you can just top stitch along the top. Ah, yes, because that's to say, so you flip it over and then you just run the top stitch across the top of that. Yeah, and you can either do a straight stitch again, or your decorative ones. Yeah. So it's actually, if it's the first time you've done it, a zigzag is a lot easier. Okay. Yeah. Ah, that's good to know. Yeah, just a wide zigzag, because it'll keep it all in. Yeah. Ah, right. Yeah, because it was always that. I always think, gosh, how do you do that? Yeah. Normally, I would do it by hand. So I would sew the binding to the front of the quilt. Yeah. And then fold it over, and then hand stitch it away around the back. Ah, but if you do the machine stitching, it's the opposite way. Just so you can see on your front where your stitching is. Yeah. So any mistakes, which would never happen. Well, but it does happen, doesn't it, sometimes? Yeah. Anything that happens to be messy ends up on the back rather than the front. And then with all these bits, you bury them, don't you? You just bury them. So I've got bury them away. Normally I would use quite a wide-eyed needle. Yeah. So I can do them both at the same time. So if I had a big needle, I just fold it over like I would with wool. Right. Oh. And thread it through, just for quickness, really. Because if you're sitting there, burying threads isn't the most fun thing in the world. I can't imagine it. It's one of those jobs that you're like, oh, I've got to bury the fabric, bury the threads. Yeah. So I'm just going to do one at a time. So it's literally, I'm just going into the wadding, not through the back, and you can do as much. So you literally is buried. Just buried. You can do it more than that. So a way to do it more than that is it's amazing what you can hide, isn't it? Hide a multitude of things in a quilt. If you feel you need a longer thread than that, longer tail, you can put it in, bring it up, if I can remember how to do this. Oh, yeah, wrong way. Wrong way. So you would put it in. Put it in. And you actually bring that bit up. Oh, wow. So the back bit? The back bit, yeah. So you can put it further. That's fancy. See, it's all these little extra bits, isn't it? You know, these little tips that people don't necessarily all know, or they might not have seen for a while, and there you go, it's hidden away. Those holes will go away, and then it's just a longer thread. Yeah, so that just gives you a longer tail. Ah, voila. And it's gone. Yeah. Oh, I love it. So you can do that. Do you do that as you go, or do you leave it all to do at the end? I usually leave it to do at the end. At the end, What I will do as I go is I will pull the threads up and knot them. Yeah. So I know that's done. Yeah. So that when I get to burying them all, I don't have to worry about knotting. Knotting them all. Yeah. So and like I said, because I have a bigger needle, I just thread it like I would a wool needle. Yeah. Whip it round and down. Stick it down. Do it a lot quicker. Yeah. Lovely. That's brilliant. Well, thank you so much. You're back welcome. In an hour, aren't you? You can get yourself a nice cuppa. Yeah. And
we'll see you in an hour because we've got your cushion, haven't we? The Poinsettia cushion, which will be nice to do.
Yeah, it's lovely liberty prints.
So thank you very much. I'm just going to go and recap the kit. I'll take my instructions with me. I'll see you in an hour.
Okay, bye Becky.
Bye-bye. There we go. So that's the finished quilt that you've got there on the wall. Gorgeous, isn't it? And like we're saying with all the colours, it's entirely up to you what you do with the colours, how you place them. It's your chance to get creative, your chance to decide how you want to do it. So let's have a look then at the kit, what you're getting in there. So you're getting 84 charm pieces here of the Tula Pink hexagon pack. So you've got 2 lots there, so 84 in total. You've got 2 lots of thread. You've got as well 3 meters of the white fabric there, and 1 meter of the sapphire blue fabric as well. So that's what you've got in your kit. And you also get as well the really clear instructions that come with it. We'll have a quick little look through the instructions. What I love with these instructions as well, what I love with this kit anyway, is you're getting your cardboard hexagon template in there as well, which will help you when you add your 1/4 inch onto that. And they're all nice and cut, all ready for you, all ready to go. So there's your instructions. It tells you like what you need. Little handy tips throughout. Lots of people need to check out your baskets as well. Usual P&P applies on there. Now, we ran through some key products that you might need, so I'm just going to show you a couple of them. Have we got the glue pen? Got the glue pen. So you've got this Soline glue pen. Here's just a few little shopping lists. To be fair, with these as well, it's not just for this project. You've got your Pilot Friction Erasable Rollerball pen. You get a pack of 5 there. There's the Luna Soft and Elegant Batting Twin there. You've also got your Tula Pink Sky Free 4 quilting backing, and you've also got your adhesive 505 spray, which we love, and you've got your creative grid there as well. That's at a special price today. So those things, while they're handy for this kit, you'll find, I mean, I use the sewing glue, the glue pen all the time, so that is so handy. So a lot of these things that you're getting, it's not just a case of, oh, it's just for this project only. It's something that you'll be able to use time and time again. So as I say, we've got Emma coming up back again at 11 o'clock. She's going to, we've got the cushion. We've got, oh, let me just grab it. I'll just lean. Here we go. Here we go, this is coming up at 11 o'clock, and in the next hour that we've got, I believe we have got designer pre-cuts and patterns coming up in the next hour, so don't go anywhere. Go and grab yourself a little cuppa, and we'll see you back on the other side of this. So I'll see you shortly. Ta-ta. Hello, welcome back. I've just ruined the set. I've just knocked everything gone flying, the instructions. I don't know. It's because I was messing about dancing. Right, this hour now we've got with the fabulous Emma is back, and we're going to be doing these gorgeous poinsettia cushions to make. These are beautiful with the amazing Alice Caroline fabrics as well that you've got in here. Just have a look at that. How beautiful is that? That to me says spring, spring. I keep talking about spring today, don't I? And do you know what? It's one of my favourite times of the year because it's not too hot. It's just sunny. You've got little lambs and chickens running about. So we've got that one. We've got 4 kits as well. That's the other cushion. So again with these, it's deciding which one you want. So we'll show you the blue one first of all. The instructions are down on the floor. So you've got a candy blue that you've got in here, 1 meter. Let me just turn something down because something's blaring in my ear. There we go, we're all right now. I just got a really loud, like, in my ear. Right, so we've got the candy blue, 1 meter of that, and you've got your thread, and then you've got your Alice Caroline charm packs as well. You've got in here 20 squares that are 5 by 5 inches. There you go. So that is your blue one. So that's your lemon and blue Poinsettia Star, which is gorgeous. So you get your instructions as well that are on the floor. There we go. I'm not going to lie, I've undone my shoelace somehow. I've knocked my instructions down. And we're only 10 minutes into the hour, if that. Right, here we go. Here's the instructions, all really nice and clear, all laid out there. Really simple to follow as well. So that's what you're getting in the lemon and blue. And then the next one we've got, let's do the Christmas one as well, one with the nice white background. This one. Here we go. There we go. So again, you're getting your Alice Caroline charm. So again, I would say it really depends on what colour you want your background and what colour. You're getting a metre of ivory in this one. There you go. So you've got your charm pack there as well. You've got your instructions and you've got your thread as well. That's, oh, is this rainbow one? The rainbow. Oh, this is one that Emma's going to be demonstrating today. So we've got that one. So again, you've got your metre fabric, you've got your charm pack, you've got your thread, and you've got your instructions. And then this, should we do the grey background one? No, it's the grey and pink. This one I like. I think this one's my favourite, actually. Have a look at this one. It's gorgeous grey that you've got in there. And then that's your pink and grey. So you've got your grey background, then you've got a gorgeous selection of pinks in there. So there's your pink Liberty Charm squares. And again, it's 20 squares you're getting in each one. You've got your thread. And then your next one you've got is the blues. So the background for this one you're getting is white. So the other one we did, which is demoing today, that's an ivory. So this is more of a brilliant white that you've got here. And you've got the selection of blues on there. So when you see them together, they're really, really just pop, doesn't it? Really striking. Very crisp white. Now, if you think a Liberty cushion, Paul's had a look and you can pay way over £80 for a Liberty cushion. So the fact that you can make your own with Liberty charms in there is amazing. And the price that we're doing them for today as well is a brilliant price. So, shall I take a cushion? I'll take my no instructions are over there. I'll take my cushion. Shall I take the blue one? Yeah, let's take it. Hello, Emma. Hi, I'm wrecking the joint today. I've got my shoelace undone. I've dropped everything. Right, so we're going to be doing this today, aren't we?
Yes, I love
gorgeous.
This one reminds me of sort of a 70s retro.
Yes, I was thinking that with the Liberty, especially Alice Caroline. It's beautiful. Name of your granddaughter, that Alice, isn't it? There we go.
Yeah.
Right, so again, what sort of level is this working on?
Beginner.
Beginner?
Yeah, actually, because it looks intricate, but it's mostly half square triangle blocks.
Ah, yes.
So, my lovely HSTs.
Yes. And that's what I was saying before, actually, with the templates. Sometimes we're getting hold of these little templates. It's worth having a practice cutting them and just having a play before you do something like this.
Well, actually, I'm going to show you how to do the half square triangles in a quick method.
Oh, well, there we go. Well, that's, should we start with that?
Yeah.
Let's start.
First thing you probably want to start with, actually, with the Liberty ones. And the thing, this is, again, like I said before, in the kits, you've got all the bits there to make the cushion, but there's a lot of room for choice of where you want to place them, especially with the Liberty prints.
Yes.
So you can mix and match. So you have to decide which colours you want to put where out of your squares, first of all. So in your pattern, it'll say which is the inner square. So if we look at your cushion again, it tells you this is the inner petals.
Ah, yes, you can see.
You've got these are your outer petals. These are your leaves. So in the green and red one, it's a little bit more obvious.
Yeah.
But on the, that's what I like about these kits, is that you can decide which patterns to put where.
Where it goes, So you can see, just we've got it on the overhead, so that's a square, so that's that part.
Yeah.
And then your pattern will tell you, so like that and that matches those.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with the inner square first, which are all half square triangles. And they call that your inner, in the pattern, I think it's called inner red petals.
Okay.
But I've got actually, from the rainbow one, I've chosen some red and green.
Yes.
Contrasting.
Oh, very nice. I love those cherries.
Yes, I love that. I love that print. Really nice. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do it. I like this way because I like to sew on mark lines.
Okay, yes.
Actually, I'll show you on this white because it will show up a lot better.
Yeah.
So there's two ways to do it. And the way the instructions it tells you is you mark a line dead through the center.
Right.
And then you match that up. That's actually going to be matched up with one of these.
Okay.
I believe. And then you would just sew 1/4 inch on either side of your line.
Oh, fab.
The way I like to do it is I like to actually mark my sewing lines.
Yes, you did that in the last one, didn't you? Which I think that's great. Again, for people, I suppose, like me, I need guidelines. I'm a bit wild without a line.
And I like this especially because if you use the 1/4 foot that I've got at home and on this machine as well, it has a little bar on the side of it. Yeah. Which makes it a little bit tricky to run across your fabric.
Right.
Because it's supposed to run along the edge of your raw edge. These are easier to do with a flat foot.
Okay.
This is why I also like to mark the lines this way. So I put my center in the middle, but then I mark 1/4 inch on either side of it. So you're actually going to have 2 lines 1/2 inch apart. There we go.
Perfect.
Just like that. And you can do that with that ruler. I actually have a little 1/2 inch ruler that I bought
that's
specifically.
cute, isn't it?
So it just makes it, you don't have to move anything.
Oh,
you
right.
just
That's perfect.
put it on top, then you go on either side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've already done that with my center squares.
Yeah.
It's a faint line, so you can't really see it on these.
But it's just enough, isn't it, as a guideline for you to follow.
So I'm just going to match these up on top of each other, just like that. Oh, and the other thing I meant to say, so this is...
I was going to say, it's different.
It is.
Oh.
So whenever I mark on top of fabric, I like to use sandpaper underneath.
Oh,
so
right.
this is just a bit of fine sandpaper.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
It's like, you've made this then?
Well, no, I bought it like this, but I usually use just a regular sheet of sandpaper.
Yeah.
And I actually bought this to go to a retreat. I happened to see it and I thought, oh, that's handy. And what it is, I didn't realise the sandpaper was in there.
Okay.
It only had advertised that there's cutting board.
Yeah.
And then the outside is padded, so you can use it as a pressing board.
Oh, wow. This is amazing.
Yeah, so I really like that. And then when I opened it up, and then I found that there was a sheet of sandpaper already glued to the inside. I was completely in love.
I was going to say, that is so practical, isn't it? That is brilliant. I've not seen anything like that.
No, I really like it. It was really handy.
Yeah.
And it's really nice because I also use it to keep all my bits together. So the sandpaper grips it, and then you've got this bit of moleskin in the middle that also grips your fabric. So you can just put your blocks inside or your pieces inside and it doesn't get lost.
Yeah, great for transporting around, ready to work. I like it.
Right, I'm going to start my first sewing. I'm just going to sew directly on top of my mark line.
Okay.
On my pedal. There we go. So again, I've just got my flat foot. And the...
Straight across?
Yeah, I've lost it. Oh, here it is. So I'm just going to chain stitch them.
Yes.
All together.
Ah, right. So you can do that?
Yes. And this is Liberty fabric, so it's Tana Lawns. It's a little bit different weight to regular quilting cotton. So you just, it don't have any special handling, you just got to be careful with it.
Yeah.
Really. A little bit more gentle.
Yes, I've noticed that and I've felt this fabric before.
It feels lovely though.
Yeah, it's really like, it's not silky, but it's got that sort of smooth silkiness to about it, hasn't it?
Right, so I've sewn across one line on both of my squares.
Okay, I like that.
Now I'm just going to literally flip it around and do the other side. Yep. You don't have to cut anything.
I like this. And then you just go again straight across.
Yep. Like that. I know this machine has a snipper on it, but I like a long tail.
Yes, you like your tails.
Yeah, I like my tails.
And then you just snip it apart.
Yeah, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Oh.
Because there's another trick to it. You don't have to snip in between. So if you had quite a few strung together, you can just leave them attached to each other. So that was like that. So they'd be all attached in the line. Then you just take your rotary cutter. And I'll use my long, maybe I won't. You can use a long ruler.
Yeah.
And if you had a long ruler, you could put them across all of your...
Oh, right.
Yeah, and do it all at once. I really like chain stitching for that reason. So I'm just going to line up the 1/4 inch.
And use your 1/4 inch line.
1/4 inch line. I'm just going to cut with my rotary cutter in between the two of them.
Oh, wow.
Move it over,
and then you just keep going because they're all together.
Yeah. It just makes it go quick. So the less little bits you have to do in between, the quicker it is.
Yeah.
There
wow.
So you just snip your bits in between here. Actually, you can just go snip like that. You can cut your dog ears off at the same time.
Yeah.
Usually, if I do a lot of chaining,
yeah,
I actually just use my rotary cutter. And then if you snip here, then it will cut the threads and your dog ears off at the same time.
Right.
So,
Again, kill two birds with a stone, is it? That's what the saying goes.
Yeah, exactly. Now for this pattern, normally when you're quilting, you press to one side.
Yes, I was going to ask you about the, because there's always a...
But for this one, you press all the seams open.
Okay.
And that really helps because of the weight of the fabric and the fact that you're pressing them open, it really reduces any bulk.
I was going to say, because it is, you'd get a lot of bulk, wouldn't you?
So I'd press the stitches in place first, and then open it up, and then press a seam.
Would you like me to do that for you?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Trusting me to press. So I'm useful for something. So press the stitches and then we just open it up.
Yep. Maybe.
Oh, there we go. So just opening up. I'm hiding behind the cushion. So I just press it to either side.
Yes.
Right. Oh. There we go. Right. I'll move the cushion for the next one so people can see. So like we said, we're just pressing the seams open.
Yep.
It's lovely fabric, isn't it?
It is so nice. So nice. And you do get a little bit left over. You get 2 full squares left over from your kit.
Oh, yes.
Then you do have to trim them down as well. So you don't use the full, I think they're 5-inch squares.
Yeah.
And you don't use the full 5 inches. You do cut them down to size.
Right.
So you'll also have a little bit of trimmings around the edge.
Yeah.
So maybe 1 inch or so.
Yeah.
Strips, which are handy for little projects like pincushions or something.
Yes. There's always something you can use them for, isn't it? There we go.
Because it's Liberty fabric, it's such a shame to...
You can't throw Liberty fabric away, can you? There's always
a... Use of it. Yep, so then you have those 4. So just finger press these open. And that makes your centre. And we're going to put them aside for a minute because we're going to do the next bit. But this is to show you the design. So
yeah, because we're doing this square bit, aren't we, in the middle?
Yes. So I chose these colours so they would contrast.
So it's this square bit in the middle here that we're doing. Okay. Oh, congratulations to those of you who had it in already. That's brilliant.
Oh, this way.
This is the most popular one, actually, the one that we're using at the moment. So this is the one that's on the screen, the rainbow poinsettia one.
Yeah, I like them all.
Yeah. I know, do you know what, to be fair, it's, I said the grey one was my favourite, but I do like the blue. And now I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh, I do like these. I've seen these, this charm pack before, and I do like this one as well.
It is nice. I like the different colours in it as well. The blue one with the blue background. Yeah. It's nice that all the bits sort of blend together. Yes. Like I said, it has kind of that retro feel. But this one's nice if you like a bit more contrast.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
That's my centre.
That's your centre.
Which we'll put aside for now. The next bit we're going to work on are, yes, the leaves on the outside.
The leaves on the outside. So we've done the square. So are these now these bits here we're doing? Right. And that's the best way to start, isn't it? You start with the square in the middle and then just work outwards, isn't it?
And that is how the instructions are. It's just that the first step you want to do is look at all your fabrics and decide which you're going to use where, basically. Where
it's going.
Yep. So you just need 2 squares for these bits here. That's all made out of...
That bit there?
Yep.
So 2 squares for that bit?
Yep.
Okay.
And I've made them exactly the same way. Okay. So I've made them half square triangles.
Yep.
Exactly the same method as I did the inner ones.
Yep.
So there's like that. Next step for these though is that you need to cut them again.
Oh, right.
So you're going to cut them. Actually, it's easy to do them together. While they're still together, because then you know you go straight through the middle.
Yeah. And you're lining up with the centre point.
Yep.
I like how you explain it. It's very clear.
Oh, thank you. So then you press those out. It's exactly the same way.
Yep.
So with the seams open, I'm just going to cut these ones.
Do you want me to do this while
Yes,
you're cutting?
please.
The colours are just beautiful, aren't they?
Gorgeous. There we go.
So you're cutting away.
Perfect. And then once those are pressed, you're going to have a triangle that goes like this to attach to it.
Ah, nice, nice,
And
nice.
those triangles are made out from a one that you've already cut down. It's
Yep.
4 by 4, which you then just cut. You don't mark this at all. You just cut them straight through the middle
Right.
to make 2 triangles, just like that.
Just like that.
Yep.
Lovely.
Now what I'm going to do, just because colour placement, before
Yes.
you get ahead of yourself, these then, where's my pattern?
So it makes me, I'm having to concentrate to press these. Anything
There
with
we go.
heat.
I'm just placing them so I decide which colours to go.
To go where?
Yeah,
Because that's the thing, isn't it? You've got to make that decision.
yeah, which ones I think I like best.
Yeah. And you can't change your mind.
No,
So it's entirely up to you, isn't it? Like we said, with the, there's no set. It's just up to you which ones you want to.
exactly. I think I like that and that together. And I'll probably do that and that together. Okay,
Ah.
so now I'm just going to sew these.
So those two together.
Yep.
So you've got two of, right, so you've got a blue and a pink together.
Yep.
Okay.
And don't worry too much because you will trim these down as well.
Yes.
So they do.
If
Actually,
there's
I'm going to
like
use my.
a bit of a,
Because I'm doing straight seams, I'm going to use my 1/4" foot on this one.
it'd be nice as well having a Liberty cushion in your lounge at home. So people say,
Oh,
well, that's
yes.
nice. But like, it's Liberty, darling.
Yes.
Paul's just been looking actually on the computer now when he said, I know it's different, completely different to this, but just he's found a Liberty cushion, £150. That's the first thing that came up.
Wow.
So there you go. So are you changing your foot over?
I am. So I'm just putting a 1/4" foot on.
1/4" foot on.
And that is mostly what we'll need going forward.
So you're just attaching those two together.
Yep. And again, you can just chain stitch them all. Look at my patterns again.
Do you need about, oh, I took, that was a clear, I just wanted to take your pieces.
There we go.
How long would you say it would take to make this cushion?
From start to finish, an afternoon.
An afternoon. So it's a nice
Yeah.
afternoon project,
It is.
uninterrupted,
Yeah.
or I suppose it can take you as long as you want if you want it to,
Exactly.
over a few
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
evenings. But it's like we were saying before, isn't it? I think as well, especially because over this time of year, everyone's rushing about. It's nice to have a project where you're like, do you know what? I'll finish it when I finish it.
Yeah, it is nice to have something like that. And with the instructions, you can just do one bit at a time, really.
Yeah.
So you can decide, I'm just going to do the middle square
Yeah.
one evening. The next one, you do this bit.
Really pretty.
Oh, that's
You want
another.
to press that
Yes,
one?
please. And that one. Thank you. I'm a bit of a task driver.
Oh yeah, you're working me hard. I don't mind. Queen of pressing me. This kit as well, you're getting everything apart from obviously the filling. It's getting everything that you need in the kit. It's lovely fabric as well to press.
Yes.
You know, sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes when you're pressing fabric, you can be like, oh, come on.
Do one of these. We have some more for you in a second.
Have you got some more for me?
Yeah.
Oh my word. I'm getting a sweat on. There we go. You have to start somewhere, don't you?
Right. Cut my tail off. And then again, you press.
Oh
you press
wow!
that open.
I'll press it out. Look at that. So
Yep.
have a look at that. That is gorgeous. Oh, you see, now I've seen this. Now I get now. You know, and you're like, ah, I know how it's going to.
Yeah.
You know, you just see it come together.
Let's see. Do a couple more with this.
And then it's pressing it out again, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh my word, I'm being watched. What am I doing? Sorry, they're saying I'm doing it on an angle of something. Oh, has it? It's like dropped through at the table.
Oh yeah. There's a little lip.
Little lip. Gosh, by doing that trick where you link them all together, you don't whiz them off, do you?
You do.
That's really good.
That's the one. Yes, I love chain piecing.
Yeah. I think what's handy as well with it is if you're doing it over a few days or something, it keeps it all together, doesn't it?
does.
So you're not suddenly going to be like, oh, where was I going?
Yes.
You're like, ah, they're together.
Yep.
You're back with us actually, Boxing Day, aren't you, Emma?
I am.
Oh, can you reveal what you're making yet? What your treats?
What we're doing. Oh, the cat and dog.
Oh.
I'm going to show do the applique technique for those patterns. I love those.
One day, I keep wanting a cat show. One day I'll get a cat show. There they are. That's what you're going to be doing.
Yeah.
That's Boxing Day. Oh.
We did one. I did one the other day with Derek.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh.
And he decided that this spaniel was Sprocket from Fraggle Rock.
Oh.
So.
Oh, I love Derek.
Yeah. It's really sweet.
Oh, he is. There we go.
Yes, I'm doing that, and there's.
Have I got more work?
Oh yes,
coming?
more applique. Yes. Yeah, I thought, well, if we finish all of these, you can really see how the pattern comes out in the middle. Oh, maybe.
Well, what's happened there? Is that a good
broken
time for me to go over and show you the sets? Right.
Oh, yes.
I'll let you change your... I'll go over to this set over here. Oh. Right, so we're going to show you. I'll leave it over there. So that's your blue set that you can get. So let's have a look at this one. So again, in this, you'll get it's your lemon and blue, this one, Poinsettia Star, your cushion kit. You've got 1 metre of your blue fabric there, it's like your candy blue, and then you've got your 20 squares of Liberty charm pack there. Should we have a little look? There we go. 5-inch charm packs that you've got in here. These are beautiful. It's Liberty as well, and that's one big thing. You're making a Liberty cushion, you know, a cushion with Liberty charms in there. There's some what I love with the Alice Caroline Liberty stuff is it's just so elegant, isn't it? It's so feminine, it's fresh, it's floral, it's dainty, it's beautiful, and I just think it is just perfect. It's a great project for this time of year. Because like we said to you, come sort of when this arrives, it'll be January, Christmas will be over. It's a nice little project. It's nothing too crazy, nothing too hard to do. You know, it's just something that you can do at leisure. Because I think that a lot of people have been you know, running around like headless chickens over the last few weeks and things. So it'd be nice for you just to breathe, relax and make something fresh and nice. So that's your blue one. Lots of people are adding that one into your basket. Then the next one, shall we do the one we're doing? This one, which has got your ivory background on here. So you've got 1 metre of your ivory with your summer, rainbow, sorry. I can sing a rainbow. So that's your rainbow Poinsettia Star cushion kit there. So like we said, you've got your metre of your ivory, and then you've got, again, your 20 squares, 5 inches of your Liberty. Beautiful. This is the most popular one so far. I love those cherries that you've got in there. There's those lovely, lovely floral prints that you've got in there. Oh, look at that purple right up there. There we go. Look at that. Oh, I'm choking on my own breath. It's your choice as well where you put them. So again, this is like, while we're showing you what to be doing, the instructions are really clear and they tell you sort of step-by-step guide what you're doing with them all. You pick the colours, so you have a look at the charm packs, you have a look at the ones that you like, and then you decide. So in a way, no cushion, even if somebody else may have got this pattern, there's no way that two will be exactly identical. You know, you've got your own spin, your own unique finish on that one as well. So there's that one. Then, should we do my one that I'm still liking as my favourite, the grey? Very, very popular. There we go, nice grey. So you've got 1 metre of the grey that you've got there. But do you know what? There's 2 colours that I think look lovely together, and that is grey and pink. And there you go, look at those together. They work beautifully together. Let me just, you know, even just lining up a couple there out, don't they look? Oh, nice. I'm not going to go getting them all out, but just you can just see the way they work lovely together. And of course you've got your thread as well. So you've got 1 metre of the grey, and then you've got again the 20 charms in there as well. Which are beautiful. And last but by no means least, we have got the blue. So it's on the bright white background. So you've got your metre of your bright white. Blue's always popular, isn't it? It's kind of one of those that everybody loves. And look at those colours. I mean, again, the way these work against the white looks stunning as well. There you go, look at that. Look, how nice do they work? They look lovely. So again, this is what's nice. When the kits have been put together, everything's been like thought through and colour matched and what works well. And it is, it's like those blues really do work with that bright white, as of course, you know, with the grey set, the pinks work beautifully with the greys. You've got in the candy blue, you've got the yellows in there as well. So everything just works beautifully together in there. So, do you know I keep doing that? I am wrecking the joint today. Twice. Right, so where are we at now then?
Right, so they've all been sewn together. So these are the leaf and the outer petal pieces.
Yes.
Next part is the trimming down.
Trimming, okay,
which,
yes.
Again, like I said, so you can see right here, it isn't quite, I didn't quite match it up.
Yeah.
But that will get fixed in the trimming down.
Okay.
So don't freak out if, you know, you're sewing it together and it's, you know, you think it's not coming out quite right.
Yeah. Because you can trim it down.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're just, again, with your ruler, you're just setting it all up nicely. Yep. So in your last make, you used this ruler as well. So already this is, like we said before, this grid, it is a really practical grid. And I'm not just trying to say to be like, buy one.
No, but it is handy.
It is a handy one to get, isn't it?
It's a nice little size.
Yeah.
And because you also, I mean, it's, what, 6 inches? 6.5 inches? 6 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really nice little handy, not too big, just for those little bits that you need to trim up.
And it's on offer today as well. It shouldn't be. I don't know what's happened there. I have nothing to do with the price, and I'm staying out of it. But Paul has got it at £9.99. I don't know where he's got that from Early Bird. He's showing off today, Paul. He's saying it's too cool.
So as I trim these up, you can start. Let's see, that would go there.
That would go there. So now you're... right, so you've done the square, so it's these bits now, isn't it? The top 2 bits there. So you've got the square bit there, that's the top of it, and then it's this bit here.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. I like it. Emma, you have 20 minutes left.
Oh, so well, we got plenty of time then.
We have, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what I was planning to do is just show all the bits. Next bit, the outer bit is all half square triangles.
Ah.
So those will be really quick to do. So I thought
there.
if I trim these up.
The thing is, though, what's nice is because sometimes with demos, like when people we run out of time, for, you know, things happen, we have to rush through. Sometimes it is just the simplest little bits where people go, you know, and they might be thinking, well, how do I just finish that bit off? Or they might be thinking, oh, I'll just use a pair of scissors. So sometimes I think it's really handy showing these little extra bits because everybody will have something where they're like, oh, how can I do that better?
Oh, it'd be easier to do that.
And then you just snip it.
Yeah. So you can see your pattern start to emerge. If I do that one, that will go there.
That one.
So those two squares that we picked out.
And then would that one go next to it?
I thought I'd put this one here.
That one goes
but you
there,
could. You could do that.
No.
So if you did that, you'd have these two that match the same together. Or if you wanted to do these two that are opposite.
Nice.
Same here. You could do. Let's see, where am I? Oh, those actually are the opposite.
Right.
But you could sew it so that that would match to there.
Yeah.
Except I've sewn it the same way. So
yeah.
that would go, right there.
So it's, because those match because it's opposites, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I see now.
Yeah.
So the blue, so it's having that bit in the middle that...
Yes, it's the same.
There we go, yes.
Yeah, and actually that one, if I was doing it, being careful about it, I would actually have made that one here and that one there, so that they're opposite.
Oh, right, okay.
Like so.
Right, so that's again something to think about if you... So it's like we say, it's worth spending a bit of time having a little...
So you can either do it completely at random, which also works.
Yeah, because I think some people are, some people... And that works sometimes, doesn't it? Because it is literally just like that thrown together. But it's not thrown together, it's, you know, it's just that.
Well, because all the fabrics go together anyway, they're all Liberty prints and they all match.
Yeah.
It's always going to work, really, to be honest. And then these are your smaller background squares that you do. So that's all your middle bit done.
Oh, nice.
And then the next bit are more half square triangles.
Ah, yes.
So I've saved these. So these are all, I've chosen all of these fabrics to go around the outside.
Yeah.
So this is the size that you get in the kit, but you're going to cut them down. Most of them are cut down to 4 inches.
Right.
Only these ones are 4.5.
Right.
So you've got 2 that are going to be 4.5. Everything else gets cut down to 2.
Right.
Now because they're so thin, I've stacked, there's 8 here.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Ooh. But because they're that nice tan lawn.
Yeah, they're easy to...
Yeah. And if you don't feel comfortable with that, you can certainly use less at a time. But
see, again, as well, by using your ruler and the way it's being cut, you've got strips that is left, you know, so it's resourceful.
Yes, you can definitely use that. Actually, I've seen some really beautiful Liberty quilts that are made from a log cabin.
Oh, right.
So lots of little strips like that you could...
Yeah.
Or mini quilts, if you like doing mini quilts.
Yeah. Well, again, it's something different. It's, you know, for people, because you can experiment. If you want to try something new, you can have a go, have a play, and it's Liberty.
Yeah. Oh, that's 4 inches. That would have been bad.
Those rotary cutters are great as well.
Yes.
I can't believe when I got mine, because I'm left-handed, I had the blade the wrong way around, and I couldn't understand why it wouldn't. It's having to do it like the opposite way around.
There we go. So those are all the right size. Then I've already got all my background
what you made
squares.
earlier, background squares. I love it.
So I'll do one the correct, the way it says in the book.
Yeah. So it's just straight down that line.
I have to think. Oh, actually, it's the other way.
Ignore me.
It's 1/4 inch.
1/4.
So I have to think how I do it this way. That's the way. Okay, so I'm going to line up my 1/4 inch side of my foot with the line.
With the line, okay.
So that when it stitches, it's a 1/4 inch from that.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, because those ones have got your lines on, haven't they?
Yeah, I had to think about it because I never do it this way.
You've got me asking random questions.
No, no. There we go. So it actually doesn't work too bad. So I'm just lining up that 1/4 foot line, even though there's a little bar there that you'd normally butt up against your raw edges.
Right.
It works really well. I'll just do this one on its own, just so you can see.
I was just watching you there with the, that's why with the 1/4 foot it's handy, isn't it? Getting it all lined up, because it'll give you still your 1/4 inch. Because for some reason that took me a while to get my head around having, you know, it was like, get a 1/4 inch, and I was like, how would I do that?
Yeah. Yeah, I love my 1/4 foot.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I've got a feeling actually when I'm next back in, I'm with you.
Oh, good.
Towards the end of January.
Oh, nice.
I'm pleased.
Is that... Oh, I've just got some thread caught in there.
Thread caught.
That's all. It's not being bad. Oh, that'd be good.
Lots of new buyers. Oh, don't forget, sorry, I'm like leaning on the table, gawping in, watching. Don't forget, if you're a new buyer, you get your 2 meters of fabric free as well. So that's put any order, if you're brand new to us here at the Sewing Quarter, that'll just get automatically entered into your basket. So you'll get a nice selection of fabric, 2 meters of fabric. So that's for you new customers.
There. So that's how it says in the book.
Yeah.
So then you would just cut down. Actually, you can use scissors for that.
Okay.
So you wouldn't even need a rotary cutter. So you either use your rotary cutter or a pair of scissors just to cut those.
Could you, if you want to do this by hand?
You could.
Wouldn't it take a while?
Yeah. You just need the templates.
Okay.
So if you did English paper piecing, you need the little pieces of paper that would go, and you'd have to. And you could
paper piece it. So you'd do it like paper pieces. So you'd fold the triangles round. Yeah.
Yeah. Or the way that I do hand piecing, because I've never actually done English paper, is I do it the American way, which is how I learnt to quilt to begin.
Oh yeah. What's the American way?
It's normally you would have normally you would have, and that's where the
I watched these 2 American ladies talking about English paper piece, and they were having a ball.
So normally I would have just a big piece of fabric. Do this side, I'll show you. And a template, the size that you want it.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to show on here, just because I'm going to eyeball about 1/4 inch seam allowance. So you just mark your seam line inside your square like that. But if you had your template, it would be the actual correct size.
Oh,
so all your pieces have the sew line marked on them. Yeah. And then you just pin them together. I think we're going to do a show about this anyway in January. So.
Oh, I wonder if it's my show.
Could be. Oh, that'd be good.
It's what I've done, English paper piecing.
Okay. So then you just take a pin, and you would have the same line on this side, or a seam line on this side, and you would just pin them together to match them up. And then you would hand sew along that.
Wow.
And then it ends up looking very similar to it being on the machine.
Yeah.
Except it's hand sewn along there.
Wow.
And there's no papers to do or take out or.
Yes.
Yeah. And you just do a little back stitch on either end. Or I do a little running back stitch, but so yeah.
So the option is there if you
So I'm going to go back to my flat foot.
Flat foot.
Yeah.
With different feet. And it's not every sewing machine comes with all the different feet, do they? You can buy different feet, can't you?
Yeah. Some of the if it's not quilting specific, a lot of them are quilting specific, so they very often come with a 1/4 inch foot and a walking foot included. But if yours didn't come with one,
you need to get
one.
Foot.
Walking foot and a 1/4 inch foot, definitely recommend it. Because they're so handy, they definitely will be used a lot.
Yes.
Not on my foot.
We've got 10 minutes left.
10 minutes? Okay.
Yeah. Plenty of time.
Okay, so I'll just run a few of these. Let's see.
I've just pressed these for you. I presume that's...
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
That's what you wanted, unless I've gone off-piste. I've made my own. So I said, we'll just chop these up. There we go. Right, let me just show you the cushion as well, the finished one. So it's gorgeous. So we've done, say we, Emma, we've done the outside, you've done the square, and then you've done the outer piece, and then we're just, sorry, the middle bit, and then we're just doing these outer triangle pieces here now.
Yeah. And all of the outside row is all half square triangles.
There we go. Sneak preview of what's coming next.
Oh, I'll let you have these.
Oh,
actually,
she's got me more.
Yeah,
got me a pile.
I'll do the other side. Run through the other side.
Put that on my CV, compress.
Well, we've done a lot of the cushion already in just an hour, so you can see how quickly.
Yeah, and do you know what? We've not. It wasn't pre-prepped either. There was a couple of lines, and that was it. But a lot of it is. And also, I always say to people, they wouldn't be stood up trying to sew. They wouldn't be being asked random questions by me.
I usually
or have me pressing.
I usually listen to podcasts while I'm.
Oh yeah, but that's nice.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna leave that.
I think what's nice there with doing when you're doing your sewing things as well, you can. In a way, you can't almost think about other things, can you? You can. It's nice to have something to listen to and to watch, but you can kind of clear your mind.
Yes.
You know, you can't think about all your worries and things you've got going on.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Some lady I know was going into hospital and she took English paper piecing to do with her. And I was like, that is amazing. You can put it all in a little bag. You can, well, I found from doing it, you can.
Oh, I usually have a hand piecing project on the go that I could just take with me.
Yeah.
Because I do travel for work. So it makes it nice.
Well, I've noticed there's certain occasions where I'm sat, it's very rare that I sit and don't move, but there's certain times, I've been in hospital quite a lot recently, and I'm like, I get so bored and fed up.
Yes.
That I'm like, I could just, why didn't I bring my things to do? Because I sat one day at a table waiting and I was like, I could have been doing my hexagons here. Because you don't have to do it in one, you could like do the, or like I've been hand stitching my hexagons together, so I can sit and do that, and it's, yeah, there's so many times where you just think, oh.
Yeah. No, I actually do it sometimes if we go on trips and my husband drives, because I do a lot of driving anyway, so sometimes if we go on holiday, he does the driving. I'll take my hand sewing with me.
Yeah. Ooh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose there's bits you could do on a plane, but you're limited, I think, with needles, aren't you? There's certain things you can't take. You could do...
I'll tell you what I did have with me once, actually. You can get little thread cutters. Like it's a little pendant that goes on a string.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah, we have them on our website.
Yeah. Those are handy for plane.
You can take them on.
Yeah, they aren't too fussed about needles. You could even take knitting needles.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Ah.
It's just the little scissors and I think if the scissors is under a certain amount or
yeah,
around,
they do. I mean, it's one of those, isn't it? I always. Because I have a thing about airplanes. Quite like them, so people always ask me random questions, and I'm like, just because I like planes, I don't know about the ins and outs of what hand luggage you can take. Yeah. It varies, doesn't it, from
it does.
Day to day, but
it does.
Yeah, the planes, especially waiting around, you need a project to do.
Yeah, I've been known to take my sewing machine when I've had to stay overnight in the UK.
I was going to say, could you take that? Where would this stand on a plane with that?
Yeah,
no. Have you got power? Please, can I plug my sewing machine in? I still like that little book, your contraption you've got there. Yeah. That is brilliant.
Yeah, it's really handy. So when it comes to these, I've kind of separated these up, you can see, from kind of yellowy and pales.
Yeah.
And blues. So these 4 that I'm doing are more blue.
Yeah.
So then we have to decide, do we want the...
Do you want which colours you want?
Yeah, so with the cushion, it'll be these triangles.
These triangles, yeah.
Around the edge.
I'll show you those ones. It's those ones now.
So we can do it, have a look both ways if we've got time.
Yeah.
Cut them up.
There we go, so it's just that top bit Emma mentioned. There we go. I'm being nosy now. Whereabouts in America did you live?
Oregon for the longest.
Oh, wow.
And then the last 3 years we're in Michigan.
Ooh, nice.
Which completely ruined us for snow.
Did it?
Yeah,
oh.
my daughter hates snow now.
Yes. That's it. Man,
Yeah.
we got quite a bad lot last year, didn't we?
We did, yeah. But no, she used to have the job of shoveling the snow off the front, and it's feet, so yes.
Man, I bet you all still functioned over there, didn't you?
Yeah, that's the thing that ruins you, is that you see snow and you still have to get up and, you know, it's not a snow day, you still have to get up and get into work. And the thing that actually threw me the most was, okay, I can understand having to clear all the snow off my car in the morning before going to work.
Yeah.
But then you have to do it again when you go home.
Yeah.
Because it snowed during the day.
Yeah.
That was the bit that
got you.
Yeah.
Got 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. Oh, we got time.
We got time.
Such a speedy presser. We can do the last bit around the edge. Let's see the.
Well, there you go. It's all down to the press.
Yeah. But it is a nice beginner because it is mostly half square triangles.
Yes.
And one slightly modified one.
Yeah, and I think it's well, it's like when you break it down and look at it separate, it's like already when I look at it all here, I think, gosh, how's this happened? How have we done all this? But yet when it's all been broken down just piece by piece, it's actually quite, it is simpler, isn't it?
So I've got my, if you can see that, it's starting to come together.
It is.
And we've got squares that go.
Looks amazing. They've just said you've got 3 minutes to sew it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to happen.
Yeah. Join us back on Boxing Day. There we go.
There we go. So I'm actually putting the same colours together in the corners.
Yes.
But again, you can mix and match.
So that's four. Let me look. So that's the corner bit just here. I'll show you that. There we go. What's nice as well is that you can re-watch the shows back as well on YouTube. Yeah. So if you were making it and suddenly thought, oh, what's that bit again? And also you can message in. People can message in and ask, and we'll help you. Say we. I'll pass your message on.
So how long have you been quilting?
Well, I've got to English paper piecing level. Not that long. I was brand new. I've been here nearly. I started here nearly a year ago. Not January here at Sewing Quarter, but I just do. Okay. I'm like the supply teacher of the Sewing Quarter. I always say I come in about maybe once a month. I pop in because I've got a little one. So I've just got into like bits and just slowly learning up and things. So I've got someone said start with English paper piecing and then build it into quilting, and I'm just playing, just doing bits and sitting down and going to a few workshops when I can. So it's finding the time, isn't it?
It is, yes. There we go. Do that one there.
I did. Jessie just said I went to one of Lucy Brennan's workshops.
Oh, I like this one.
Yeah, she makes me laugh. I was on all these. We're there, busy working away, and then they bring out these big plates of biscuits in the afternoon.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
sat round eating tea and biscuits.
Yeah.
Very nice. I was like, I'll come again. It was a cushion we made. I think there's a bag that I was going to do. Some of the workshops go really quick, so but because it's down the road from me. Yeah. So I'm just looking at another one to do in January, February time.
Oh, nice. Oh, it's a shame we don't live closer.
Yes.
I could teach you.
Could teach me, I know. I like it though. I'm fascinated with it, so I want to get going and things.
Yeah, I taught my mum.
Yeah. Oh.
So mum's hooked now.
It is so addictive though. That's the thing. I need to sort of sewing machine out. Sally Stevens, bless her, was helping me with her sewing. She was like telling me which to get.
Oh.
But that's what's really nice here, because people like, cause I'm in no secret when I came here. I couldn't sew. I was interested and I always wanted to, but I was like, I could barely thread a needle. So since being here, I've learned loads and I've enjoyed, I just like doing all the, I would say slow and steady wins the race. Yeah. Take my time.
Well, it's nice to meet people who've done it, because it's nice to go back to remember what, you know, because I remember the first time I went to a fabric shop, I was so daunted. I had no idea what I was talking about or what I was, but I asked questions and they were really happy, because it just seems like, oh, I should know.
Yeah, no, it's like everyone likes to share things.
Yeah,
now, apparently I'm running out of time, so here we go, look at that. So then you just attach all that.
Yeah, and so what I normally do is I do it in strips.
Strips, okay.
So then this would be all one strip.
Yeah.
This would be all one strip, all one strip.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, or another way you could do it is that you could do it in quarters.
Quarters.
Yeah.
And then put it
so
together.
You'd have 9 quarters.
Right.
So yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're
Merry
welcome.
Christmas, Emma.
You
Have
too.
a lovely one.
Good to meet you.
Lovely to meet you. You're in Boxing Day.
Yes.
And I believe the 20th of January I saw your name on the calendar. I'm back then. So have a lovely Christmas.
Thank you too.
We'll all see you on that side on Boxing Day, and I'll see you at the end of January. Take care.
Bye, Becky.
Bye-bye. Right, so let's have a look then at the blue one over here. So we've got here is the candy blue, so you've got 1 metre of the candy blue in here. Then you've got your 20 squares of your Liberty Charms in there, lemon and blue. Absolutely beautiful. You've got your thread, and of course you get your instructions with that as well. So that's for your blue one. So we've got pink and grey. Here we go. Love that one. Have a look at that. So again, 1 metre of the grey, then you've got all your selections of your pinks. Don't they just work well together? And like Emma was showing you before, you can decide how you want to place it all, how you can put what colours you like together and things. We've got the blue one now as well on your nice ice white, your brilliant white background. Have a look at that. Really striking, isn't it? There we go. And of course, we've got the rainbow one that we've just been demonstrating with Emma. And that one's more of your ivory background, and then of course you've got your ivory, your rainbow charm packs on there as well.